Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to my channel. I am about to delve into some oracle cards. And the question that I want to know an answer to is, how did that fire start at Nottoway Plantation? So, by now, it's been about 4 or 5 days now since the fire. And by now, you've heard about the fire and the total destruction of the main house and what Nottoway Plantation was being used for in the present. We know that it was one of the largest plantations of the South, and it was built in 1859. But in present day, it was being used as a resort. Imagine that. People wanting to have their wedding there and taking photos and having parties and drinking champagne and spending nights at this resort. That is very odd, but that's what was being done. So, fast forward to the future. Just a few days ago, it caught on fire and was totally destroyed. Now, it's on many acres of land. I believe there's something like 37 acres. So there are other structures that are on this land. Believe it or not, even some of the slave quarters were places that people spent the night. Oh, let's stay in these bungalows, former slave quarters. I've heard some people compare this to having your wedding take place at Auschwitz. Yeah. So I wanted to pull some oracle cards. My deck that I'm using is Clarifying Life Situations. Kind of want to delve into the energy around this occurrence, this fire. There's been a lot of speculation, and a lot of it has been on the spiritual side about, the ancestors finally having their way with this place. I don't know. I don't know about that. I would have thought this would have happened a long, long time ago, before it became a resort. But let's see what we can see. All right. So I'm asking Archangel Michael to protect my space, as always. And I ask my guides, my angels, to tell me what I can know. Tell me what happened. Tell me anything that can give us some information on this fire. All right. First card. Cutting edge. Sift through obstacles and carve a path towards your dreams. So, could this have been a long road to destruction that was well deserved? Next card. Spirit Link. Spirit Link. Stay aligned with your highest dreams and ideals. It's hard for me to read these because of the images in the background. So let me see if I can. Stay aligned with your highest dreams and ideals to find success. Okay. Let's see if I can get the glare off of this. Yeah, Spirit Link. So this is linked to spirits, linked to the ancestors. Metamorphosis. Mirage. Oh, I'm sorry about this glare. Let's see if I can. Metamorphosis. My light is not cooperating. But the image is, it's a mountain, right? So, but just below the surface, look how deep that goes. Wow. Imagine all the people. I heard that there was a figure of about 155 slaves or enslaved people who worked that land around that plantation. Who knows how many were killed or just worked to death? Wow. So this one says, embrace the transition between past forms and future possibilities as illuminated by transformative butterfly. So, well, we all know butterflies are very, they transform. They come from the form of a caterpillar and they go through a transformation all the way to a butterfly. They take flight. When you think they're dead, they're alive, and they're even more alive. They take flight. They rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Wow. Okay, let's pull another card. Slow climb. Slow climb. Okay, let's see. What does this one say? You're getting there, one steady step at a time, with a little bit of effort. Yeah, I think that this was definitely something that happened to expose to the masses what this place was and what it had become. And it was highly inappropriate for this place, hallowed ground, so many lives were affected here, to just become some celebratory place, like an event venue. I don't disagree with having a historic site so that you can actually learn the history behind a place, the truth. Nothing sugar-coated, nothing whitewashed, nothing, just no lies. This is not a place to celebrate. All right, one more card. Spirit, what else? What else can we learn? Oh, two more cards popped out. All right, clear mind. And that's just what I was feeling. That this is something to clarify the situation, to educate and clarify, cleansing. This fire was a cleansing. Okay. And the other card that popped out, on your own. On your own. Oh, I'm not exactly sure what this is meaning. All right. On your own, you must do your own research and investigation into history. Don't leave it up to others to define things for you. Seek it out on your own. Let's see what the card says, but that's what I'm feeling this is meaning for this particular situation. It's time to take some alone time or be single to get a new perspective. So yes. So there may have been people who never really thought about it this way, that, this place that used to be a plantation with enslaved people, maybe there were some people who never really gave it the proper thought, or trying to find the word. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's just not a place that we should be throwing parties and staying overnight. And I mean, there's even a spa on the premises. Can you imagine? You and your girls? Let's have a spa day. Let's go to that plantation where all those enslaved people used to work in the sugarcane fields, and all those pretty trees on the land. I'm pretty sure they strung up quite a few people. Oh, but it's okay. We're gonna go and get our hair done, our facials. Come on. You're going to go there and take your selfies. You're going to have Instagram moments at a plantation where greed was celebrated. Greed off of the backs of human beings. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been able to find out. The messages that I've gotten. Am I happy that it caught on fire? Let's just say I'm not sad. All right. So, what caused it? I mean, a couple of the cards kind of inferred that it was an act of some other higher power. Not quite sure if it had to do with the ancestors, but maybe they were in assistance. My first thought was kind of the practical. And usually my first thought is, my intuition is correct. So I felt like it was faulty wiring, some kind of bad wiring with a little help. Because that was a very big house. Go check it out online if you've never seen it. It's huge. So, if some wires were faulty and some sparks caused some little bit of a flame, it had to kind of really, really, really get going in order for it to get that out of control. And I suspect that there was some help. Now, was it from the spiritual realm? I don't know. Were they celebrating this event? It's quite possible, but I don't know. I tend to think that the ancestors are, they're off dealing with or enjoying the afterlife, or not even hanging around such a place. I don't tend to believe that they hang out, but did they maybe come and check it out and hear about it? And oh, wow, okay, possibly. So I guess what I'll do is I'll ask one more question. Was there any human help? Someone who is still amongst the living. So I'm going to pull from my tarot deck. Let's see. All right. Did this fire get any human help? Was there arson involved from a living human, a living person? All right, let's pull one card. Oh, I got, see if I can get this in focus or in that it being too glared. Yeah, this is the Ten of Cups. I think there was some help from a living being. I know there's investigations going on, and I don't know whether this person, now I say living being, I don't know, maybe it could have been a rat chewing on a wire. It's possible. It could have been that's a living being. I said human, but that's a celebration card though. That's like, woo, yeah. So there was definitely some help. I think that's definitely what we're seeing with these cards, is that there was help. Were the spirits around? I say yes based on the cards I drew earlier. And it was probably a good day for a few. But now what are they going to do? I mean, I've heard some things about them not really rebuilding. But I mean, I don't know. My source was iffy. So it's kind of too soon to tell. There's this whole rest of the plantation that's still there. So, maybe they will keep that location open. But, I would rather see it closed. And, if any of it's going to stay or remain, it be deemed a historic site. And it cannot be a business. It cannot be a resort. That's disrespectful. But that's my opinion. All right, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this. I wanted to just kind of look into it and see what would come up. But yeah, we'll see what the investigation outcome is as to how it started or what may have sparked it off. All right, take care, everybody. I will see you in the next video. Namaste.